My name is Thea Zomer. Today, it is my great honor to welcome all students, staff, community, and most importantly, our veterans to the 10th Annual Veterans Day Assembly. Veterans Day holds a special place in our hearts, and I am grateful we can come together to honor those who fought endlessly for the freedoms we still cherish today. I am thankful for the men and women who lay their lives down for our country. The extraordinary human beings we call veterans have served day and night and through rain or shine, and have deserved our respect and deepest thank yous. As American citizens, we are honored to exercise the rights they gave us. Please take a moment today to say thank you to a veteran and express your appreciation for all they have done. And welcome to the 2020 Virtual Veterans Day Assembly.
Purpose is a very complex idea. The definition of purpose is the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. So what is the purpose of Veterans Day? Veterans Day is a celebration to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. While the purpose of Veterans Day and Veterans Day itself are both extremely important, I want to dive deeper and talk about the purpose of those who served or are currently serving our country. Let me start by telling you the story of my great-grandpa, Harold Francis Hawkins. My great-grandpa was adopted in the early years of his life after living in an orphanage for 3 years. When he was 12, his adoptive mother died and he was raised by his adoptive dad. We have always wondered if he joined the military to find his own family, learn how to protect, and give him a sense of belonging and responsibility. He lied about his age to enlist at 17. He served for a total of 8 years in both the Army and the Navy. He didn't often talk about his experience in the military, but he used to tell my mom stories of when he dived down to clean the bottom of the naval ships. After leaving the military, he continued protecting his community by serving in the police force for 21 years. He was also on the city council for 10 years and was mayor pro tem for 2 years. In 1998, my grandpa Hawkins was diagnosed with acute leukemia. He underwent chemo and beat his cancer. In 2001, his cancer came back. He underwent chemo again. Sadly, this time he could not beat it. He left behind a huge, loving family. He unfortunately passed away before I was born, but he still instilled a sense of what is my purpose into my life. While I cannot speak for everyone that served or is serving, I can say that no matter what it is, almost everyone has a purpose and a reason for why they joined the military. Veterans Day reminds me that no matter your upbringing or what your life is or was like, take the feelings that it gives you and turn them into something.
We call your attention to this small table, which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families, so we join together to pay humble tribute to them and to bear witness to their continued absence. The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against his or her oppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single rose in the case signifies the blood they may have shed in sacrifice to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. The rose also reminds us of family and friends of our missing comrades who keep the faith while waiting their return. The red ribbon on the vase represents the red ribbons worn on the lapels of thousands who demand with unyielding determination a proper accounting of our comrades who are not among us. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless volunteers of families as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty. They are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors to the open arms of a grateful nation. The American flag reminds us that many of them may never return and have paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back in our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifices. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families.
Every year, the Honors Choir is privileged to sing on Veterans Day to honor those who have sacrificed and served for our country. Though we are not able to do this in person this year, we still wanted to thank the veterans for all they have done. Thanks to you, we live in the land of the free, the land that we've loved through it all. We'd like to dedicate the song Homeland to everyone that has served in the armed forces and those that have given their lives for our homeland.
I vow to sky is fading, white clouds to gray. The torn flag whips in the wind. The soldier gets up, shakily, spitting a mix of earth, blood, and saliva onto the ground. The ground his general had walked on, and the one before as well. He looks around the field, at the still bodies of his comrades, his brothers, his family. Silent tears roll down his face, but the message is as loud as ever. He walks forward, every step resonating pain, the pain in his heart. They had told him it would be easy. Well, he had guessed, more or less, hoped. And he still has hope, hope buried inside his aching heart. He drops to his knees, his legs giving out, as his mind can't move further. He pounds his tattered fists into the ground and then raises them and screams, "Why me? Why me?" As if a supreme being were answering, the sky booms and rain comes pouring. For the longest time after that moment, he had convinced himself he was unimportant, another insignificant construction recruit. But then, years later, the child from his own hugged his legs and thanked him. That was all the man needed to fill his forever hollow heart. Heroism doesn't always happen in a burst of glory. Sometimes small triumphs and large hearts change the course of history. Mary Roach said it well, and I hope my take can suffice. On this day, I'd like to thank all the veterans in the way I can. A speech. My name is Anna Saba. I come from a line of Lebanese artisans and intelligent Europeans. I'd like to talk about one of my intelligent European family members, my grandfather, Dwayne Chambers. He wasn't the classic soldier that came to mind, but he still was one. He served in the U.S. Army, more specifically the Army Corps of Engineers. We all thank the fighters for their sacrifices. I know I do. And I also thank all of the soldiers for their small contributions to a large effort. The biggest takeaway for me has to be his cultural experiences. There have been so many when I was in Germany, I've lost count. He has so many stories. How he's crashed skiing, how he had this back in Germany, how he learned how to do that in Germany. He means a lot to me. I'm so thankful. Throughout running this whole thing, I continue to ask myself, what does Veterans Day mean to me? And in a way, I can't give a definite answer. But I can say this. Military experiences are more than what is portrayed in cliché war movies. No matter what they do, soldiers, veteran or currently serving, work and have worked harder than they had to. And that's the key. Draft or not, soldiers have given their all for us to sit at home playing Among Us in peace. From my grandfather's patrol and construction to another soldier on the front lines, they have given their piece to put together the puzzle of the U.S. military. There's not much I can do or say, but I can do the speech and say thank you. Thank you for fighting and working to keep this country going. I know we can't do this like normal because of COVID, but if we were, I'd turn to the veterans, clasp my hands together, and say thank you. To all of you and more. You are heroes, and all of your work will be forever etched into our hearts. Happy Veterans Day, and I am honored to be able to say what Veterans Day means to me. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for our 10th annual Veterans Day Assembly. We are sad that we're unable to hold this event in person, but due to COVID, we are unable to hold large gatherings inside. We hope that this video has conveyed the love and the support that we hold for our veterans. For those of you watching that do not know who I am, my name is Tony Peterson and I am the principal here at Thornapple Kellogg High School. It is my honor to share this video with you today as our way to say thank you to our veterans for all of their service and all that they do for us in our community. We're so glad that you're able to join us today virtually for our 10th annual Veterans Day program. This program began 10 years ago due in large part to John Loftus. John was an incredible advocate for our veterans and reached out to the school to find out if there was a way that we could have a program that would honor and support our veterans. And although John is no longer with us, his legacy remains strong. His dedication and efforts to support our veterans, the community, and TK schools will live on for generations to come. In remembrance of John, the schools partnered with the village of Middleville and to have a bench placed near the Veterans Memorial. On that bench is a plaque in honor of John that reads, "In memory of John Loftus for his dedication in establishing the celebration and recognition of veterans with the TKHS students, staff, and community." We hope that the bench will serve as a reminder of John's legacy and to inspire others to honor our veterans, not just on Veterans Day, but each and every day, for it is because of our veterans that we're able to enjoy the freedoms that we possess as Americans. So thank you to John and to all of our veterans for your service. You hold a special place in the hearts of the TK community. Thank you all for joining us for our 10th annual Veterans Day program today. We leave you with a performance of the United Nations March by the TKHS Band.